and welcome back to Oakley Hour and day 6 of our Rolife Music Dreamer Sakura Dreamy tour. There's quite a lot to say, isn't it, when as an introduction. Anyway, this is how far we went. So got music here. Let's turn that off. It's very early for me right now. Oh, this one's fallen off. How rude. Let's pop you back on. Oh, and I should turn it around for you too, huh? Let's get that back on first. Just where I moved it. Alright, okay. It does get caught on here if you don't have this all the way down. And I do move mine from one position to another for getting things ready. So, sorry about that. That's where we are. So if you remember yesterday, I had a problem with the piece up here. I did find it. I'd actually put it in a pot ready to be assembled and then had promptly put the pot behind something, which was very unhelpful. And it was a black pot, so you can imagine it was actually quite hard to see. Anyway, we've got it now. Let me turn this off and we will get that installed, and then we'll move on to step 17. Harder. Okay, so this is our little piece. So I'm going to put it in the back of here first, and then it's only going to go in one way. There's a smaller end and a bigger end like before. Smaller end towards the bottom. Oh, let's get this really in there. That's not even really in there. Okay. I think I'm putting in the wrong ends on that one too. So like so. And then we will put this in there. Well, the whole thing came out, so that makes it a bit easier, doesn't it? Like so. Hold on. It's morning, so the dogs are all waking up. Alright. There we are. And that goes in there. Then we can just pop this back on our platform. It's only got one place, two places it catches, this one and this one. So you just need to, so I think it does come a bit loose. Once it's all fitted in properly, it will stabilise a bit better. Like this end just keeps wanting to come up this end, which does stop the train, so it's not ideal. If it does keep doing that, I might pop a tiny bit of glue in. We will see. I mean, it's happened twice to me now, so we will see. Let's try it one more time. Now we've got that other one in. Doesn't that look great? So that's what it should look like. So there we go. I had it in a pot, forgot all about it, where I put it, got distracted with one thing or another, but here we are, and wonderful, looks great, and round and round you go, mate. It's going to look fantastic as a little model. Really happy with how it looks. Alright, let's get on with our next step, which, like I say, is 17. Okay, step 17. I have pulled quite a few for today. I have labelled things too. Not going to be caught out like that again. So, first of all, we are starting with this nice bigger piece. We are having a straight line here. And we are using 3 medium strips. So we're going to put one down here, which is where one of the connection points are. Oh. Let's try and get it like that. I swear she waits till I turn on the recording. Hold on. Here you go, baby. Here you go. Okay, good girl. She's got vets today. Gonna have her nails done. Right. She just doesn't know it. She doesn't mind vets, actually. Yet. Anyway, she's looking at me like, did you say a word there? And last one. And the bigger ones. They're not the biggest, but we do, if we get that far, we do get to use some of the big ones today as well. And then a small one. Where do you want the small one? On here. Okay. And I get to do some peeling of my favourite things to peel. If we get that far. Let's see how we do. Okay. I think this goes right in the middle actually. This is the quiet before the storm. I have both my grandchildren coming today to be looked after, so Mummy and Daddy can go for a date day and get a few things that they need without children running around, which seems a very sensible idea. Then we have this piece, and it's going to go, let's see, first of all I am going to find the markings. This is the straight edge, and there's a mark there, and there's also a mark over here, so they're the two we want to marry up. So down like so, and like so, and then press it down. I'm going to be an expert at doing these after me never doing them really. I don't recall the last one. I mean, I did on some of the tin Southern Sakura flowers. I did one of my big houses, Sakura tree, but it came ready done. Looks like it's a little bit low on this one, but I think we're okay. Okay. Now we have some other pieces, like I say, got organised this time. So first of all we're going to need all these little pieces, and they are all labelled on the back. I don't know if you can see that. There you go, K22. So we are going to put K22 in first. Got a big and smaller side, which is going to go on the area that I felt it looks like it would go in a lot bigger piece. It would take a lot bigger piece. I'm just going to check myself that it's 22. It is. Maybe it's up the other way. There we go. Had it just go in the wrong direction. If it looks too big on that one, and it's because you've got it going the wrong way. Then we have K23, and so you want the straighter edge of this one going into the board, and this one is sitting here. Just checking myself. Yep. K24 is a very small little piece, like so. And this one again has the straighter edge of it. You've got a slightly slanted end too. So you want the straight one going in to here, with it pointing upwards. Okay. And then lastly, you want one going down here, which is this little one with an arrow, and you want the arrow pointing this direction. Wow, that tape was too long, wasn't it? Does it go here? Oh, wrong way around, but yeah, the arrow's still going in that direction. Okay, that's that. Then we are putting on our flowers. So we got, let's see, first of all we're going to put this on, but we can also put this on first if we wanted. So this is going to go over here. So we've got a big and small side again, same as on the piece. So you could put your Sakura tree part on first if you wanted, or you can just put it in and then add the tree part. And the tree part, let's see if we can get this right, if it worked. 20, this is 20, so we are going to want a sticker for that, and we are using a small. Where's my smalls gone? Isn't that like underwear or something? I'm pretty sure smalls mean underwear in some countries. Okay, that goes on here. Gonna be one big tree, isn't it? We use some really big pieces today. If we can get that far, we really do. And make sure that your signs, which are down the bottom here, you can see those in the camera, go towards the bottom and match theirs. So So like so, nice and pretty easy when you mark them and you know which ones are going where. So basically I just put a number between the pieces or near one of those edges on the other side, because you know that that's going to be stuck down, in which case it will be hidden. And then we are going to put on K26, which I think I forgot to pull by the looks of it. Oh, that's what I just done. No, I did definitely forget K26. Alright, let me go and get it. I got that piece. Okay, sorry about that. And that one goes on here. And again, you could put your Sakura. So you want it with the writing upwards, by the way, to make it a bit easier to put your one on. And this should be 21, and it is. And we are going to need a small. It's going to go in here, like so. We have some decorative pieces we're going to be putting. This is what I thought looked like a thermometer on the picture, by the way. It's just a sign. Did look a bit like a thermometer on the picture. It could have been. It isn't. I don't even know what it says. What does it say, guys? You probably have all that translating, making life easier stuff than I do. And I could be putting anything on there and I'd have no idea. And we're lining up to the top here. Such a clever way of doing this. It really is. And the thing is, with the little marks and things like that on there, they don't even look that odd. Do you know what I mean? But that one wasn't quite in. Okay, and moving right along, we are now putting K28, which is this one, onto our tiny one here. And our last little Sakura, which I have numbered as 8, is going to go here, and this is going to take us half a small one. So let's see. Maybe if I do it that way, it will save them, because otherwise I do these halves, put them back on the form, the little paper bits, and then lose them anyway. So, okay, go over there. And this one again has a few marks on it. Oh, did I put that one up the right way? No. Can I see? I don't think it's going to matter too much. Well, it might. But I put my sticker on, so anyway, it's the double one going that way, and this just sits right in the middle. I guess it's only going to go one way. Just trying to have a look at the picture, because if you put your form up the right way, then you can see it a lot easier. Okay, so it's more like this. It is more like this, but I don't think there's any brown showing, so okay, I dropped it. Right, let's have a look at what I'm doing. This one going upwards. It was my fault for putting that piece on, and I would have taken it out, but I already put my little sticker on and I didn't want to. And then this is going to be put into the model. So gather said model. Let's go in the middle. Let's push you down again. I think this will all sort itself out when we put the sides on and stuff. And this just slots in even behind this one. It's a very big slot for that, isn't it? But that's where I believe it does. It can't go this way. Oh, it might. In which case then I put all those pieces on the wrong side. Well, that's okay. I think it does go like this. No, it can't, because it won't match up to the holes at the bottom. So it's got to go that way. Kind of a little bit tricky to tell from the photo. But I think it's like this. It's quite a big gap down there. So here, there's quite a big hole for this to go in, but I think it does go this way. It won't fit the other way. Maybe this is why it's that big piece going in. Is that right? Okay, so just take it out, and yes, that's what's happening. Okay, and then we'll put that back on. And of course, the more time you do take these things out and put them back in, by the way, the more looser they become, so you've got more chance of them falling out going forward. But hopefully that won't happen. Okay, so that is in. So we are still working on the same step, and we are going to do our decorative pieces. So we have a out the way train, got this one going in. Where might you be going? Let's see. It goes right in front of the tree, over like here. Do I have another one of those? I do not. So I guess it goes something like so. And it's got a hole there. What's that hole for? Okay, so it's wrong one, wrong piece. That explains a lot. So this tip one goes in here. It's like the legs are just too close together. Push that all the way down. This too, and this. And you shouldn't need to glue it if you feel that you want to. I don't think it's going to hurt because this base part is never moving. Push this down a little more if I can without breaking it. It's a bit on the wobbly side. Okay, and turning the page to 30, and then we have the one little sign that I was trying to put in before, which is going down here. Oh, sorry. Wow, that was squeaky. Make sure that's it. Right, and that is step 17 completed. Let's move on to 18. So this is now considered P. The base is now considered P. And we are... What was so wobbly? Oh, the train. I just saw something in the camera moving around. Okay. Over to one side. Another tree. Get used to this kind of thing now. We have two trees, actually. We are, first of all, using this one. Making sure that I have it right. Oh, it has a marker on it anyway. So this is K32. So it is this one here. Just really double checking myself. Yeah. And we are going to use some smaller stickers. Here. To go on this one, like so, and this one across here. I really am querying whether it's that piece or this piece, to be honest with you. Do you think it's this piece? See, I didn't mark the bigger pieces. Hold on, well, this one. Let's have a look at this one. This is K32, so it is this piece. It just looks different. Well, for starters, we want it. Oh, it's labelled, so that's right. For starters, this needs to be on the other side. And that's stuck on there now. So this one goes across here. Still looks different to what theirs does. And trying to get little ones. Sorry, phone's going off. Probably letting me know that they are on the way. I think this one could do with a little one actually. I think that's going to be too big. So put that one as smaller. It does look different to the picture though, I will say, but it is meant to be the right piece. And it does have the labels on this side. I think they've just got it upside down, to be honest with you. That's all it is. So peel this off. Peel this off. Okay. So, and I'm gonna obviously peel this one off too. Don't need the one on the back there. And if I do run out of this, I doubt it, but if I did, I do have more. And I don't think we're going to use that many of the others. Alright, so back we go. So they have it up this way, and that's why it looks so different. So now we are going to put these on. So that's 22. This is 5, which is going to go up here on this one with the, it's not decorated, oh it is a little decoration going like so. Okay, and then we are putting on 17, which is this one, and again we have our decorations of where they go, and this one's going to go like so. Kind of got into how they're trying to make it work now, so it makes it a bit easier once you understand what they're trying to do. Okay, and that piece is done. Then we're going to go over to this piece, and we are doing what? We are hooking this through here onto here. So that way round. Nope, that way round. With this way up like so. That's how it looks, I think. Quite detailed, isn't this tree? And push it as far as you can. For me it may not be too far. And then we are putting, this probably would have been easier to have done beforehand, we're putting a sticker on this one and this one. I only have one Sakura, which is 22, so no, we only do have one. Alright, so it's obviously passing the expanse of both. So a small one on here, and is that one? Yep, it does have a sticky on the back. This one like so. If I can get it off me. Alright. Okay, and then we take those off and stick this one on. Just sticking one on. Okay, and then we have it. So this is the right side. We have lots of markings. Let's peel this off, I guess. Would help. It's like the type of kit you could take on vacation if you have downtime on vacation, and sit and do like when you're chilling. Because if it doesn't require glue, then it's probably quite a good one to do. Just saying, only because I'm going on vacation soon, and it's like, and it's going to go how? We have the 2 markers. Let's go in. So you got it like so. Just trying to see which direction we are going. Going to go like so. Okay, so it's going to go on like this. Okay, and then this, my friend, is going onto the model, and it's going to go into that middle tree we just put in, or onto that last clip. Remember we had the clip down here. It's going to go on there, and I think it's by this. So let's see which way up it's going. It's probably very obvious to anyone else but me. Obviously, it's very obvious to everyone but me, because this way it looks like it's upside down. It definitely goes in here, but it does look like this one's the wrong way. So as much as I try to get it right, I still think it's wrong. Yeah. Let's separate these. Checking myself. Definitely looks like it's wrong to me. Okay, so you want this. This is going to go in like so, and you want this one therefore to be showing the Sakura. So carefully put that back in the opposite way. And I really thought I had it the right direction. That's the sad thing. A bit harder to do once you put the flowers on. Okay, and then pop this in here, and that looks more sensible. And it wants to go in. Ooh, where's my hubby? I'm going to pop this out actually. Okay, so I've just taken out that piece. I'm going to connect it to the flower first. Just make sure I have it going the right way. Because it's kind of a bit difficult to do on the model. Okay, and I'll get it back in. There we are. And that's how it'll look. Kind of cool. Okay, so do bear that in mind. It might be easier to take the little connecting bit off in order for you to connect that. And that is the end of 17, 18 even. And this is now considered Q. I don't know why they re-alphabetalize it, but they do. Alright, now we're working on a big piece. So we're going to start here with connecting our tree, which is going to go into the lower notch. There's two notches again. I'm going to try and get this one right. So you want it with the slope that way and the flatter part that way. And it goes into the lower one, not the upper one, which I always seem to want to do the opposite. There we go, nice click on that. Okay. And it does have little branch details on here. Not that they're particularly show or not. And then you want to put in, what is that piece? Oh, I see. Put this to one side then. We then put this huge piece, this one here, very big, through this, like so. I believe. Yeah, it looks about right. Looks like it should be this side though. It's got an arrow on the bottom as well, so it fits into the tab here. Yes, it's a big piece. And this one, I mean, it's even, so I guess there we go. It's a bit better. And then we have this piece here, and we are going to use a small, half a small it says. Just realised what that symbol means. They've got an S meaning small and then divided by 2, which I know. Probably should have realised that forever ago, but I did not. And this is going on the flower. The other one. Okay, well, we're going to take the other one because it really is attached to me. I'm going to put that on where the marker is. Maybe, if it lets me go. Okay. And take that off. We're getting there on the design now, aren't we? And then we're going to put this on. So if you've got it this way, they have it on the side, you are going to put it this way round, like so. So drop it. Got to check myself all over again now. I only just checked myself. Like so. So it looks something like so. And then this goes in facing which way? Looks like it's facing away. Now this I'm not 100% sure of, so maybe when it goes in I might very well correct which side it is. It could very well be that this is meant to face that way, because this is going to be the wall. Or is that going to be the wall? Don't know. This isn't going in just yet. We are moving on to step 20 though, which we have a new style piece. It's not peelable or anything. So we are starting with this one, and we are putting a wire holder which has an arrow, and you have to make sure that it is pointed this way. So I wonder if we're going to be starting to sort our wires, because that's the second one of these we've put in. And also for step 20 we are then putting on this piece, and it's just going to go on here. But before we do that, it wants some sticky strips, and it's the medium. So let's see, got a few of those, and it wants 3 around here, just around the bottom. It's a nice blue. It's just so bright in my room, and I was trying to mess with the settings yesterday, and I don't like to mess around too much because I'm always worried that I'm going to totally screw it up. I did that with my volume once, and evidently it sounded really it was too loud, so it ended up being problematic. This one's no good. I mean, it left a little bit of residue, but I'd lost some of it. I wonder if it'd be enough. Just as close as you can, but it probably again doesn't have to be perfect. It's going behind that other big one. I'm going to use an extra one to go over where this one came off prematurely, or attached to me more than prematurely. And then you are going to attach this to here, and this is like a plastic, very thin plastic, and it is that way round with it being on the top. And then remove these. Oh, I see where it's going. Let's move them first. You want to make sure that this is, so you've got this here, so you want it to be like the opposite side of where this is when you attach it, rather than trying to turn it around, which is what we all like to do. Well, I shouldn't say we all like to do, I tend to do. And that's going to go in here. Oh, and it can only go on one way because the tabs at the ends are different sizes. And then this goes in the back of this one, and again you've got a bigger tab over here. So this goes in here like so, and then the little one like that. And that's what we have. And now we will be putting this in the model. Wow, it's exciting. And where is it going? Well, this is where the other... This is where the wires are coming out. Oh, it's going across the back. Is it though? I believe it is. It's going to go in this notch, which you're not going to see very well. This notch back here, where my nail is there, tap, 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 that one. And all the way over to this one, I believe. So let's see. Of course my trim's going to be in the wrong position. We are used to this by now. Okay, that's kind of cool. So that's how we're looking. So we're going to have a really good look. It looks kind of cool, doesn't it? It's going to be a little cave for it. And this now becomes S, and we are on step 21, which is a big step. Well, it's not big as in huge, it's like not many parts. It just makes such a difference. So let me get that together. Okay, a really nice big piece here. So we are going to want the larger stickers. And the most important thing here, from my other experience anyway, is to make sure you get your corners. So there is a line, you can see it down here, which is where the piece is going to go into. So you want the large ones. And you want to make sure you go all the way into those corners so that it holds it well. Because the one thing that I had on the other one was the plastic kept falling out, and this is going to be a plastic sheet. So you want 3 on the top or the bottom. Not sure which way around it is actually. Into the corner again. So you're not following where the hole is, you're following into the markings on the... That one's not any good. On the wood. Off me. Off me, you fiend. It says no. Come on. There we go. Really said no. Gave me a bit of a battle. Of course you could do it with tweezers. If you want. Especially if you don't have any nails, you might want to. Just do it to the inside and then another one in between. It's kind of cool. This is actually quite an exciting step. I mean, it's not finishing it, but it does really make it for a good one. And I think that one came off too. Okay, tweezers it will be. If they keep attaching to me, it's not a lot good, is it? I'm not getting anywhere that way. Alright, tweezers. Good thing is they're quite difficult to get off my hand, so if they're difficult to get off my hand, one would think that those would be difficult to get off of anything else. And then I've got to go get Juliet ready. Well, it's not particularly straight. Is it going to be alright? I think it's going to be too high up. Actually, it's not going to matter, it's see-through. However, if you are a perfectionist, you might want to resit that one. Like I said, I considered myself quite the perfectionist until I started doing models for the channel. Actually, I guess not really, because that moon in house is definitely not perfect. And I am trying to, in the process, trying to rectify that right now. Make it look a lot better. Okay, that sheep's almost done. We are also going to need the tool that we have been using right at the beginning in this step. So just 2 on this one. And 3 at the bottom. I know, it's probably a bit tedious now. Think of it as therapeutic. Watching paint dry. Not that I suggest you do that. Although I have, when I've been waiting for something and it's like, is it right? Is it right? Is it right? You just keep checking and it's like, not dry yet. And another one. Can't even get this one off the paper. Right. And then we have to peel the plastic. Like peeling. It's the last one on this sheet too. I've really gone through them, haven't we? Okay. Last big one anyway. And we have one more sheet, so we're okay. It gave us 3 of these sheets, which is handy because I'm on the 3rd one for these. I don't know how many more we need. And I probably, even if this was a glue thing, I would be very reluctant to use it. Just don't use super glue because it will mess up your plastic. So before I peel those off, this is the plastic piece we will be using. It does have a cover, and I believe it might be on both sides. Let's see. It doesn't say it's on both sides. Let's remove one and we can have a better look. It's quite dusty, considering. I don't think it has one on the other side. Okay, so that is ready to go in. We just want to make sure that it's the right way. So you want the bigger tree towards the holes for the knobs. What's going to go for the knobs? Okay, peel these off. Of course, it's already come with me. Off the nail. One more. One there. One here. One there. One here. Here. Now I'll look at the time after this. We might call it after this, actually, this step. Try to remove any fluff off there. I seem to have a fair chunk of fluff on mine. Very staticky stuff. Along with a bit of sticker. Alright, so the bigger side towards here. When I say bigger, the one with more flowers, this side. So line it up inside your lines, she says, like so. Then we are going to turn it over and we are going to put this panel on, which is going to go like so. And what you want is you've got some rivets. Let's find this. Is that next? Yes. So we have quite a few bits, but we have this to go on next. So we have rivets, like so. We need our tool. We also will be needing screws for this step. So for this, it's just pressing them in. So just make sure that they are lined up. So easiest thing is probably put them through your leather-like cover. This one, wait a second. It's very reflective, and it's got a screw stuck in it, or a rivet in this case. You know, cat-candid. Actually, you know what? They're just going to fall out again if I move them. So this is the right way by turning it around. So make sure you do turn it around. I was going to say the pink's darker now, but they're not. They're the same. And put it through there, and you are going to want to use your tool to push that in.
And there's a, you're using the hole for the rivets.
I think you're just using the board. Don't actually know. It makes sense to use the hole, wouldn't it? These are a little bit more tricky. Let's cut this thing, shall we? I'd like to even get it started, would be good. I'm sure once we get one in, we're going to get the swing of it. It's very crooked right now, and I can't get them in. This might be where having nails is more difficult. I mean, you want them to be tight. Otherwise I'd go in and I'd be like, okay, this needs a little bit more, to be a little bit more open than what it is. But you do want them tight. But I'd be struggling. There we go. Finally. And then I always I normally try with things like this to do the opposite so that it lines it up well. I do. Right, leave this one with me, guys. Okay, so that is in. It wasn't terrible once you can get it lined up. It was the getting lined up that's a problem, and use the tool to push it in. Right, next we are going to put in these little pieces. So they have arrows on them. All of them have an arrow pointing one way or another. Let's see if I can show you. You can just about see the bottom of the arrow there, down here. And they go in a certain direction on the board, which also has arrows. So let's see. So we got one going across like so. And don't press too hard on this, or the things just came out as that one did. And just get that all the way in. Just a little easier said than done. And there's 8 of these to put in. And they're all identical pieces, so there's quite a few. So you want to just make sure your arrows are always pointed in the right direction. So this one's the opposite of what I was trying to do. So it looks like the pink is going to be always facing inwards. So let me get those done. Okay, it wasn't overly easy to put in, and I noticed one just fell out. But what you want is the slope of them pointing in that direction. So pointing inwards. So if you can see, pointing slightly inwards like this. Let me just grab that one that fell out. So not only are the arrows pointing the same way, but the slope therefore is pointing inwards. They're not easy to put in. They're actually quite hard because there isn't many places, and it's the bigger end that's going in. So there's a big end and a small end. The small end is what your next pieces are going to connect to. So I reckon this is going to go over time, because after I put those that board in, I checked, as I was saying, not easy. I checked what else we had left for this whole step, and it was a little bit more than I thought it was going to be. There we go. Right. Then we are taking the green pieces, and the 2 longer ones will go in here so that the slope is towards the corner. So this diagonal slope is towards the corner, and these just go on those other ends, which probably does that easier than what it was to put those other pieces in. So smaller ones curling it up to it, and you just go around like so. And then there's one piece as well which is not there. It isn't even put on the forms, by the way, this other piece. It's in the box like a set with the pink pieces. This one's gave me hassle going in, that's giving me hassle just getting this on. Probably caught it when I was struggling to get it in. There we go. It wasn't an easy piece. Nasty piece. Naughty, naughty. Not that one. This one. Like so. Okay, let's get ones that I can see. Nice and easy. And I'm going to hit this corner again with a little bit more pressure. There we go. Okay. And then we have this piece, and this is going to sit in here. So you've got 4, just miss this one. And you have them all in this one, like so, and it's going to be upright. And I can get it in. And then I have to push those studs back down when we finished putting stuff on. Well, it's meant to be flat, because I can see that they've come up again. I mean, when it goes in the model, it's not going to have any pressure, so it's not as bad. Okay. Right, that's done. Now we're moving on to putting the knobs in. So what you want to do is you want to put in the bigger hole. Oops. In the bigger hole, let's get it facing away from me now, just to confuse me. You want to put them in like so. And you want to just catch this on here. Let's see. Just trying to see how it's going. Okay, so red knob. I guess it's this line here, so it's not a red one, but it is going upwards. I guess there's something similar on here. I think it's the hole is pointing upwards. So where that hole is, that goes upwards, and the edge, where, from here, where's it gone again? Here, just on the edge here. Also points upwards, and then just push them together, and then do the same with our silver one. So this one goes in, you connect this first actually, so you have the hole here with the line on the top, like so. Join that together. Are they really sure it doesn't connect first? It looks like they put it together first. And that just goes in like that. I guess it's loose enough. I wonder how they're going to tighten that though, curious. Okay, and then let's turn the page. And those 2 pages were actually, I hadn't pulled them when I was putting these studs in. I realised that I had missed a step. So we are now going to put this piece on, which is going to go. Okay, we're going to turn it over. And now it needs to be this way so I know what it's talking about. And we are going to, it's got arrows, and you want the arrows opposite, going away towards the end of the frame. And I guess it's something like so. And it gives direction for these then. And then you hold that together with a H9 up here. No, take that back. One of these going across here. Other way around. Like so. That's a bigger and a smaller end. They are marked actually. Yeah, that's right. This one's not, they're not in yet. Then this one goes on here. Be a tight fit. And of course, because you've got them in, you haven't really got much to press against. Okay. And that goes on like so. And then we have two H2s, which I'm going to go in here and here, with the smaller tab upwards. So the bigger tab goes in the bottom. Okay, so you've got a bigger tab here this end and a smaller one. You just want them in like that. Like so. Then we put this other piece on top of here with the arrows pointing in the same direction. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, isn't it, really? We're going to need some screws in a minute too. Nice and firm. And then we'll bring the model back in, and we will be needing the screws and a screwdriver, and we will be dealing with these switches. So what you want is one is sound and one is lights, so let's make sure that we have them in the right way. Where's my plug? Let's turn this on. Okay, so we want the sound at this one, and we want that on off up here. Okay, so this one's the top one. Right, it's a little tight fit there, and this one's going in here. And you've got a screw hole up here for, well, it can't go like that. Right, really, it's a bit of an angle. So this one goes in here, and it's screwed in here. So let's find that screw. Let's get one in, and then we'll worry about the other one. Make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, this one's sound. Let's find the other one then. It's not the same screwdriver as I had earlier. This wire for the main switch isn't particularly long. I don't think it's got caught on anything. It's certainly not long. And make sure you screw that as probably as far down as you can. Obviously don't over screw it that you break the circuit board. And then the next one will go in up here, and hopefully we'll get on the right way around. And again, screw that in. It's quite a big step really, isn't it? Almost at the end of this one. But it is kind of important. Oh, where did it go? There it is. You'll probably like it fell right there. And then we'll test it, make sure that we got it the right way. And if not, I will undo it and do it the other way. It's being silly. Okay, let's see if this works. It's plugged in because I didn't unplug it, so this should be sound. There it is. And this one should be movement and lights. There you go. And turn off the sound. And turn off the movement lights. Quite stiff. Okay, and this is now going to plug in. Where are the rest of the lights going? Oh, that one's over there anyway. Okay, so you have several holes at the bottom here. As I say, this is an incredibly tight wire. So you are going to marry it to, this one's fallen out again. You're going to marry it to this hole, this hole. I couldn't see anything. You're going to marry it to this hole. Still not. Alright, let's try again. There's a hole here. You're going to marry it to right near the end. This one, this one, this one, and one up here. And none at that end. Make sure that that other wire is out the way. You want to catch it. And that's where I'm going to start. This one come off again. It really, this piece doesn't want to behave. Give me 1 sec, guys, and I'll get this in and show you. This one's out as well. It is a tight fit. I kind of want it to be tight. Okay, so you're trying to get them in down here. So that's where they need to go in. And they are lined up. I'm just wimpy, I think. And the green ones are going to need to be in. So the fact that it wants to fall out is neither here or there. It's kind of slightly chipped, I think, that one. Doesn't matter about the top one right now because we're not dealing with the top. Let me give it a struggle. In reality, all I need to do was pick it up and push it like this and it went in fine. There's me thinking it was going to be a nightmare. It wasn't too bad at all. Make sure your green bars are all the way down, which they are. And next we are going to put on the back plate here. And I think that will be this step completed. And again, for this, you have some slots for this to go in. And they're very thin slots, one there, one there, one here, one there. And as soon as I paused it to put this front on, it literally was that easy. It just needed to go on its side so that I could see what I was doing. Okay, and this goes in like so. And obviously this has fallen out. So let's get that back in, because it missed the tab here. So there's a tab, these go in as well. So there's a tab for this, and there's also a tab on this piece. So let me get this one in, and actually let me show you this one first. So this paper goes in up here. There we go. And then this one goes into the back of here again. And this has a slot here, which is going to catch that back panel, like so. Did this fall down? Yes. There we go. Not the easiest. It's kind of tricky to line it all up and everything. Oops. Let's take this out again. I think that's hindering the situation. Push it into the back where it was before it got misplaced, and then do this, and then put this back on, and we can go down this slot here to do so, and then we can see where it's going, which went in absolutely fine once we had that side panel back in. It just where I've been moving it all around and things like that, it had come loose. And that, believe it or not, I believe is step 21 complete, and this is now considered tea. And this is what we end up with, my friends. So that's pretty magnificent, isn't it? And we have our buttons. Getting wimpy. So our lights and movement. Just got caught at the back here again. I'm sure it will rectify itself when we put a side on here. Okay, it does come. And then our music. Because I'm backwards to it, I don't know which way to turn it. There we go. So you can see it here, but you're not going to see what's back here. This is all going to be hidden, I think. Okay. So just make sure everything's firm. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it as that for today. It's gone over the hour, I'm pretty certain. So I do hope you have enjoyed the build today, and do leave any comments. Please also like and subscribe if you haven't already, but I appreciate everyone who has. It does really mean a lot to me. Can't speak. And if, like I say, if you have any comments, do leave them. And this is how we are looking. Let's see, so it's a bit better for the camera for you. And most of all, do take care of yourselves, because that is the most important thing. Take care, guys. Bye bye now.